towards you or that thing?
You can look towards me. So first off, we're just going to state your name, position, and how many years you've worked here.
My name is Brandon Gunther. I'm the safety director for Gana Trucking and Excavating. I've been here about 7 years now.
Pat Small, recruiting director. I've been here 2.5 years.
Matt Dekoff, I worked at Gana for 10 years, going on 11.
My name is Adam Ritt. I'm an estimator project manager, and I have worked here for a couple months shy of 14 years.
My name is Tim Limka, and I've been with Gana Trucking and Excavating for 11 years now, and I'm an estimator and project manager.
My name is Marcy Sullivan. I'm administrative assistant, and I have been with Gana Trucking for 20 years.
My name is Colin Demuth. I'm in the operations side, on the equipment side, management, and I've worked here for 7 years.
Yeah, name's John Miller, project manager and estimator, and been here for 6.5 years now.
Kyle Fessler. I've been here 3 years and a few months. Dispatch for the lowboy department and various other details and tasks at times.
Jake Whitefoot, vice president, about 20 years, 2001 is when I started.
My name's Craig Gana. Fortunate enough to work with a lot of great people here at Gana Trucking and Excavating, and sure appreciate you coming out today to take a little time and put some stories together for us.
Briefly describe Gana's history. How did this all start?
Tell you what, the background of our company is obviously started about 25 plus years ago. I personally showed cattle from the time I was in 4-H at a young age at 8-10 years old, and that all leads into how we started Gana Trucking, is why I say that. I showed cattle all the way through 4-H, through high school, and then I was lucky enough to work for some of the owners of like the Holiday Inn chain. I worked for the originator of the Tombstone Pizza Factory, Ron Shimmick. So I showed for a lot of really successful people all over the country because I thought I wanted to do cattle my whole life, okay? And then on our family farm here, so as I was in college, I'd worked ourselves up to about 125 cows, and we always calved our cattle at the family farm, but we calved them in the sand pit. We've got a sand pit back there at the farm, and that's where we started. So then after my wife and I were engaged, and after we got a couple years under our belt having some cattle sales, we realized it was probably going to be a little tough in a metropolitan area to be able to make a living raising cattle. So I just had the idea that, hey, you know what? There's a lot of construction going on around here. We're in a metropolitan area. Let's see if we can't go sell some sand. So that's how we started. Literally, we sold the cow herd and went and bought a dump truck and a loader, and started going out and meeting a lot of the general contractors around the area, especially the concrete guys, because we obviously were a startup. So I went out to, we really had some great people. Went out to the concrete guys. I put a 5-gallon bucket of sand in the back of our pickup and drove around and just started shaking hands as a little punk 25-year-old kid and started meeting people, and that's how we started. Extremely close friends yet today, that gave us some opportunities and really took us under their wing. Bob Irwin and Gary Ebert with a company called Stevens and Smith Construction that we today still have tons of friends, a great working relationship, and we work with them every day. Those guys really gave us the biggest opportunity. They really put us on the map. They were nice enough to take a chance on us and helped us out, mentored us, and really helped us have the opportunity to do what we've been able to do to this point. And there's been a lot of other stories like that too. That, you know, the Sampson Construction, the Hausmans. There's been several general contractors, besides just the concrete guys, that gave us some opportunities that allowed us to get here. And then along the way, Landon, we, my wife and I had built the company about as big as we could get it from a customer service standpoint, meaning hauling material. We hauled a lot of sand and gravels, obviously how we started. And then we started getting into some dirt work because we had some home builders and that were asking us to dig basements and do dirt pads. So we worked a lot with Cleary Buildings and several home builders in the area. And We had just gotten it about as big as we could possibly get it ourselves, doing basically time and material, kind of call-in type work. So we were lucky enough to meet Jake Whitefoot, the vice president here at the company, and Jake was just coming out of college, and I remember distinctly, Jake was top of his class, definitely the most sought after kid of his graduating class out of construction management at the university. I remember Jake coming, and my wife knew him because his dad and her dad were on the fire department of Waverly, Nebraska, and they went to school together and so on. I didn't personally know Jake. I was probably even fairly rude when he first came in because I was so busy, and I was, yeah, come on in. And I remember putting him on a tractor. So his first jobs with us were a tractor in Waverly, Nebraska, a little Zebra tractor with a little seeder on it, seeding yards for some of the home builders we were doing. That was his first job. And then I remember as he got closer, he helped us through college, and as he got closer to graduation, like I said, a lot of big general contractors around the country were really wanting Jake to come there. So I told him, I just told Jake, I said, well, there is no way that Lori and I could afford to pay you what you're getting offered and the opportunities you've got. I said, you probably need to go look at those. And I remember Jake, I know he flew to Denver, I think he flew to Chicago if I remember right, and looked at 2 different firms, and after some time had went by, he came back and said, you know what, I really want to do something. I said, well, I promise you this, we can't pay you up front what it's worth, but we can sure long term take a really care and we can sure build this thing together. And we were fortunate enough that Jake came over, and I remember, this is kind of a funny story, one of the very first jobs we did, that was a commercial job, and we were in our little old office on Panama Road there in that Cleary building that we still use today for our staff. We had the plans all laid out on the floor. It was for the Woods Pool. They were doing some big renovation and upgrade to Woods Pool, and I mean, we thought we were going to go broke if we messed that up, and thought and stressed about that job, and I want to say it was like a $35,000 job. We got it, and that was kind of our start to the commercial world. And then it's just, you know, through Jake, but there's tons of others. There's Ernie Sturzenegger, there's Marcy. That's some of the ones that started with us originally. And there's several, as you know, we've been lucky enough to work with you, Landon. We have a team that's second to none. It is not about me, for sure. We have a team of leaders throughout, from mechanics to dispatch, to project managers, to superintendents, to operators in their machines, drivers in their trucks, that all are leaders in their own kind. And that is why we're blessed enough to do what we do, because we've just got really good people from top to bottom that we're able to work with every day.
What is it like working for Jake, Craig, and Gana in general?
It's great. It's a very high-paced environment. That's one of the first things I learned here, is that everything is going to happen real quick. They move at their own pace, which is something you got to keep up with. But it is great to work at a company like this. It's one of the most generous companies I've ever worked for, who really cares about their employees on every level.
Favorite part about working here is when you come in the door in the morning, it's really not like coming to work. It's like you're coming to work amongst friends. You come to work, everybody's got the same goal in mind, and we're all working just as hard to get to the same end result. You don't work for Craig Gana, you work with him, and it's just refreshing.
I love it. Obviously, I've been here for a while, and it's every day is changing, comes with challenges, generally followed by reward if things go the way you hope, and it's a place unique, I'm pretty sure, to anywhere else. You're given a lot of freedom, but still expected a lot of you, and we have a great staff and great people, and I really enjoy it.
A great experience. It's like working with your own family. Relationships we've built, you know, great friendships. It's great.
What do you think Gana's core values are?
Oh, I think building long-term relationships, trust, commitment, customer satisfaction.
Integrity, sincerity, honesty.
Family, trust, the ability to work with one another.
The one that would leap to mind at the forefront would be integrity. There is integrity throughout every ounce of this company. Everybody acts professionally in nearly all instances, from the first day employees to people who've been here for 25 years, and you can see that in everything that Gana Trucking does.
I feel like their core values are, when I first started here, family was what Craig really preached the most. Is we're a family here, and family's important on and off the job, and having time with your family. So working hard 5 days a week and a couple days off with your family is probably the thing that's stuck with me the most.
Where do you see Gana Trucking Excavating in the next decade?
In the next decade, I don't see Gana Trucking and Excavating slowing down. I think we'll always be growing.
I can tell you, when I started 20 years ago, I didn't think we'd be where we're at in 2 decades, but I also wasn't guessing. That's always something that Craig and I have always laughed about. It really comes down to the simple phrase, you never say no. So to service this client or to service this project, we had to get more of this, or we had to get more good people to do this, or we had to get more equipment to do that. We just kept adding to it, and so we went from grossing less than $1 million a year when we first started to tens of millions now, and that's, in a gross level, and that was never really a goal. It's an indication of our customers being on board with who Gana Trucking is and seeing that we can provide them results and have fun for the most part while doing it, and communicating effectively with them and bringing their projects to a close in the manner that they expect it. Without Lincoln growing a lot, the company's not going to grow, but we've continued to grow every year on an annual basis. So,
If you had to describe Gana Trucking Excavating with one word, what would it be?
I'm gonna think on this just for a minute.
What did I say last time? One word.
That's the hardest question.
Family.
Sincerity.
Professional.
Team.
Quality.
Driven.
Atmosphere, it's been a great working environment. It's
Amazing.
The word that comes to mind in one word is probably would be partnerships.
What I want to say is you get what you put in, but you get out of it what you put into it, but I can't think of the one word for that. So there's my one phrase. You get out what you put in.
The hard work ethic, maybe?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. Work ethic, yeah, there you go.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Craig and Jake?
Yeah, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity. Feel like those two guys took a chance on a farm kid that didn't know a whole lot, and have given me personally an opportunity to really grow and make a career out of something I really love to do.
They've been wonderful to work with. I mean, we have built together, all of us as a team have built a wonderful company, and I want to thank them for the many years that I've been a part of this, and thank you for all the memories.
Just thank you. I guess I appreciate you giving me a shot 14 years ago. I hope, I know they are. I hope they're as proud as I am of everything we've accomplished, and they're like family to me. They're like brothers. So yeah.
I would just like to thank both of them for giving me the opportunity to come work here. They have both been great mentors, great friends. They have given so many people an opportunity, and I'm just thankful that I got to be one of those people who was given an opportunity to come work for a company where, quite frankly, I was not necessarily on paper qualified to get the job that they offered me, and I'm very thankful that they gave me the chance, and that I was able to prove myself. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to get to work here.
Say to Craig and Jake, I think I owe them a lot. I think their leadership and mentorship over the past 6-7 years has really helped develop me as a project manager and estimator, and incredibly grateful for that, and incredibly grateful for the opportunity to employ me and give me a place that I can learn and build my skills at the same time that I was going through graduate school too. So I kind of owe a lot to those guys, and thanks for everything.
And is there anything you'd like to say to everyone working at Gana?
I just really appreciate what everybody does, and it's harder now than it ever has been, especially this year, to get out and thank them and work alongside them. We all have our respective jobs to do, and sometimes that keeps us apart, and especially this year with COVID and not being able to get out and about, it's been really tough. Probably the hardest part of my job is to not be in front of everybody and telling them all the great things that we see on a daily basis.
For everyone out there that works on our team, I sincerely want to give you a big, big thanks for your hard work, your dedication, and your integrity that you portray on all of us every day out there in the community doing your job. You do a great job. We really appreciate it, and wouldn't be here if we didn't all have each other. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Gana.
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 Thank you, Gana. Thank you, Craig.